Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. This is a real estate show where we talk to people about real estate and a home improvement show. We talk to people about improving their home and getting it ready to sell or just holding their investment and things like that. There's been a lot of confusion out there about the market, seller's market, buyer's market, interest rates high, interest rates low. I don't know. There's special programs out there to get some help getting a loan. And it's all confusing to me, so I thought it'd be good if we called in an expert. Dave.Kidder, welcome, Dave.
Well, good
Welcome
to be
the
here.
show,
It's
by
been
the
a
way.
while, and I appreciate this, your show and
Yeah.
everything.
Whatever they say, high interest rates. My first house was 9%.
Okay, the highest I ever closed was 19%.
19%, yeah. So
And he still owns that home,
Still
so
owns it, yeah.
he's not been hurt.
my house, I bought at 9%. I made like just a few years later, I sold it and made $100,000.
I know.
So I didn't
Well,
care about the 9%.
no.
But rates seem to be normal now.
No, they're very normal.
Yeah.
It's
It's where they should be. It's not like they're high now.
in the 6s and 7s. That's historically actually still below the average.
Yeah.
And what and I share with this all the time with people. It's not the interest rate that you want to be concerned about. It's your payment. Is it a payment that you can afford?
Right.
And if it is, the next question is, how long do you plan on living in this home? And if it's 20 years or longer, that home could possibly be free and clear in that 20 years to
Not
where you have
20
no
years.
payments.
No payments at all, right?
If you're going to continue renting, guess what? Those rents are going to go up, and in 20 years, your rent will be higher than it is today. And the sad truth is, you are buying a house, you're just buying it for somebody else.
Right. That's right.
And when I put it that way, that's people go, oh, well, I want to buy my own. So let's take a look at what you can afford.
So people shouldn't be afraid to buy right now. Are
No.
there? Oh, by the way, I want to ask you. We keep hearing about the CAPA. What is
It's
that?
CalHAFA,
Yeah.
and it's a state-funded loan program. The beauty of this is that CalHAFA will provide 20% of the down payment. They are now your partners.
Right.
It's 0% interest,
Oh my goodness.
and you can use part of that 20%. You can use part of it for your closing costs.
Okay.
So the catch is that when you do sell the home, if the home has gone up in value, CalHAFA is going to share in 20% of that gain. So if you gained $100,000 on your home, CalHAFA will make $20,000 on it. But the interest rate, the 20% down is zero interest rate.
Yeah. I'd take that deal all day long.
My sons they're going to buy. We're looking to buy a home with them right now, or
The
they're
thing is,
looking to buy.
every once in a while, the state says it's a good idea. Home ownership is a good idea because it builds neighborhoods,
Yep.
builds wealth. That's
It
one
does.
way people with a day job could build
Yep.
wealth, and just makes a better community. So they say we're going to help people get into homes,
Absolutely.
and
does.
those come and go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right now, there's a good one.
this is one of the best programs, and everybody now it is limited the amount of funds. I think it's $330 million. So
When it runs out, it's out.
it's
yeah.
out. It's out.
Okay.
I suspect though that they may look at this if they get good responses. Then it helps stimulates. It's for first-time homeowners, and first-time homeowners is defined as you don't own a home now, you haven't owned a home in 3 years. So if you've owned real estate in the past, you just don't own anything now.
Right.
This program could be for you. So
Yeah. Well, a lot of people lost their homes maybe 5, 6, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
They'd qualify for this.
they would qualify
probably,
for
yeah.
this. Yeah.
First-time homeowner.
So I worked out. In fact, the listing I'm going to talk about looked out what the payments would be. It's $1,800, which is cheaper than a 3-bedroom house is going to cost you. That same house will rent for $2,200.
Right.
So
Now, you brought a listing. Before we get to that, I'm just going to tell people, if you're interested in this CalHAFA loan or any loan, Dave's an expert. Just call him and ask him about it. 559-696-1475.
that's it.
Or email dave.kidder@gmail.com. Very accessible. It's free to talk to him, right?
Absolutely free. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. I want to get to your listing, but people thinking of selling, they're going to sell maybe before COVID. They found out they're kind of upside down. They owed more, and now COVID's passed, and they don't know what their house is worth. Can you help them with that?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of my great joys is figuring out what a home is worth, what it is worth in its present condition, and what you could do to spruce it up and maybe get more money.
Right.
And there's some things you shouldn't do to a house. You shouldn't remodel the kitchen and then sell it. You're not gonna get your money back.
Not gonna get your money
And
back, right.
please don't put solar on it until you've talked to me.
Yeah, talk to the-
There's good ways of putting solar on a house and bad ways.
I can't believe how many transactions I've been involved in. There's some kind of leased solar, or
Oh, it's a nightmare.
even some own ones. It's a mess. So there's a way to do it.
There's a good way, there's the right way and then every other way.
There's all the other, and Dave knows what that is. If you're gonna buy solar, talk to Dave and
Yeah.
find out. It's
Yeah.
very confusing.
It is.
Tell us about the house you have for sale.
So this house, it's in Clovis.
Yeah.
The cross streets are Shaw and Willow. It is in Clovis School
Look at those-
Districts.
I love those floors.
They have, she has just remodeled this. This was an interesting house. She got it from her
Is this
dad.
the original tile, by the way?
This is the
It's
original.
really nice.
So he was a race car fan. So you'll see things in the house about race cars and dragsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's remodeled most of it. Counters, of course, in the kitchen, not, but the bathrooms are done.
I'm glad she didn't change the
I
kitchen
I
countertop.
love that kitchen. It's
If you buy it and don't like it, you could change it, but please leave it like that.
yeah. She's got brand new fencing around the outside. There's a couple things that probably a buyer might want, and she's willing to do an allowance for those things. But with this Cal Halfa program, a first-time homeowner, like I say, could be in that house, $1,800 a month, and then your taxes and insurance on top of that. So it's really affordable. And like I say, that house, if it's an investor that's looking to buy it, it would rent for $2,200 a month. So it goes both ways.
For you
First-time
renters out there, you might be able to get into this house for $1,800 a month. Come on, why wouldn't you not?
It's
And by the way, in 10 years, your payment will still be $1,800 a month, unlike the rent, right?
Exactly.
The rent just goes up
Yeah,
every,
no, it's-
every
it-
year. So.
owning a home is the best guard against inflation there
Yeah.
is. Plus, during lockdown, COVID and everything, everybody turned their home into their entertainment.
Yep.
They turned it into, this is where we gather, this is our safety. And I tell people on 9/11, when everything was going, just completely getting blown up and
Yeah.
everything was falling down, the one thing that didn't go down in value was my home.
Yeah, that's right.
During the last recession, the Great Recession, I guess they call it, the value of my home didn't go down because I didn't sell it.
Didn't sell it. That's
I
right.
didn't sell it because it's.
That's the best point I've heard. You
yeah.
don't sell it.
I
it
didn't
doesn't
sell it.
do
I didn't lose money.
Is that house in Clovis Schools?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. The greatest high school of all time, Clovis High School. My wife went to Clovis Schools. I went. My kids all went through Clovis Schools, and we loved it.
Oh,
So,
that's great. No, it's a great school district. Great schools. Period.
Dave, I would like to ask you a lot more about these loans
Absolutely.
and Cal Halfa and stuff. But for our viewers, call Dave. We're out of time here, but he'll help you get the right loan, get the
Yeah.
right house, and
Absolutely.
yeah, true professional. in the
Well,
field.
again, as always, I appreciate your time and what you do.
Dave.
So.
We appreciate you. We'll be back with more Central Valley real estate right after this.